Ta-da! Why are you running? Where are you running to? I will come back, Joe. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Facts and Opinions podcast with your favorite podcasters duo, Arabin Ramat and Oluwa Victor. We know you enjoyed the previous episode. You will always enjoy it. Season 2. We don't tell you, say now, from one banger to another banger. Why? Because at the law on the streets, according to your comments, according to all those who said, Fact and Opinions podcast, wow, we need to hear the facts from them. These are the opinions on the street. Yes, we are not back in our studio to start sharing the facts of your own opinions. Are you yet to follow us on all social media platforms? On our Facebook, on IG, on TikTok? You have not subscribed to our YouTube channel. Hey! You are missing a lot here. Let me tell you, you are missing a lot. Go and subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Facts at Victor and Ramat Podcast on YouTube. Victor Ramat Podcast on YouTube. That is where you get to see all the gists from A to Z. Do not forget that you only get to see the snippets on our other social media platforms. But from the first very seconds to the last seconds of every of our interviews with your favorite faces, definitely you get them on our YouTube. So, today, we have another interesting guest. But you will please let me shift that duty to Oluwa Victor. Sorry, we pay. Ó dà pé ìran kan náà làwọn tí ọjọ́ wà nínú studio lẹ́yìn. So I'll be shifting that duty for him. He will understand better.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have to leave that. I don't run away from responsibilities.
Well done.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome again. You see, today we are ready to start the motion bonus. And just like we promised that on this season 2, we are going to be giving you great conversations. We're going to be giving you great content. We're not just going to come on your screen and just laugh, just beat around the bush and no solid content for you or no substance. But now we have an amazing guest in the studio today. This person is a very patient man, and I don't think I am this patience, but I convert his kind of patience. Good. And I pray that God will give me that patience. And ladies and gentlemen, today we're having a very beautiful conversation today. And we have an amazing guest, and this guest is a good conversationalist, and he works also on the radio. And aside from working on the radio, he has an episode very popular in the city of Ibadan and in the state. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I have the greatest honor to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, BRAVOLEE. All right, Mr. BRAVOLEE, please, how do you introduce yourself on the radio?
Yeah, I call myself Alva Bravo, Ninja Oscar Ninja Halva.
See the voice. Please dash me this voice now. At least maybe for an hour.
Thank you. It's really great to be here. I'm really so excited to be among you beautiful guys. Yeah,
thank you so much for coming. Thank you for honoring our invite. In fact, this particular episode should have been in season 1.
Yes, we're supposed to do it in season 1.
Yes, but because of one thing and the other that was leading to other things, we just had to no. The energy in this particular episode will be too much for season 1. We just have to push it down to season 2. Say, but no, we have promised our fans, especially our TikTok fans. See, any of our people here, I don't know how to.
They need to be calming down.
Emma, take the chill pill. Joe. Be calming down, because the way you give yourself to under our comment section. Anyways, we love it. For our Instagram family, we love you. Facebook family, they are always there. They know the original to they are just there to just copy content. Let them copy, photocopy the original, and that is why you are always waiting for the facts to unleash on the Facts and Opinions podcast after we have come on the street of Ibadan to survey your opinions. Now we have the facts in the studio with us. And yes, BRAVOLEE is here. Let's hear from the horse's mouth. BRAVOLEE.
Yes.
That name said, oh, huge.
Oh, yeah.
It's a huge one. How do you come about that name? Let's start from there.
Anyway, in school, I used to roll with some military guys. Yeah. And then when they want to call my name, you know, my name is Abiola. That's Abiola. But they don't really have that patience to be calling Abiola. Is it that they call me Alva Bravo? Yeah, Alva Bravo. That's
Okay.
AB. So a lot of people call me AB on campus, AB. Then they call me Alva Bravo. So coming back to Ibadan. So when I introduce myself to people, as Alva Bravo.
Okay.
But you know, the Ibadan people, I'm from Ibadan too. They call me Alpha Bravo. Alpha. So that I didn't like. So I had to take away the Alpha. Then people start calling me Bravo. Then Bravo. From my name, Olajiti. So I just had to like, okay, BRAVOLEE. So let it be Bravo.
Wow. So being on radio, has it been something that you've always aspired to? Like, I want to work on radio. Is there a particular person you were looking forward to be like him or her? I also want to be like this person. I want to be greater than this person. Or radio just come,
Yeah, growing up, I was raised in the 80s. So then we used to listen to radio a lot. Yeah, because there were not too many people with TV in my community then, but there were lots of people listening to radio. So I love radio while growing up. So I wanted to study anything related to communication arts because I was a very brilliant child while growing up. So then, in secondary school, I was in Lagelu Grammar School, Ibadan.
Okay.
So, and the only guy in the junior classes that was in JET, junior engineer. So, my brother was in a School of Science, my elder brother. So it felt like I should come to School of Science, even though I did not really have the mind to study science. But then I found myself in School of Science. So then I couldn't go back to communication art again. So I had to study computer science.
Okay.
So, but radio had always been my thing. Even in school, I used to anchor events in some hall. So there is this thing that students organize in school. They call it hall day. So I'll go there, I'll host the event, and then these things have always been going. So, but then at a point in time, I lost my way. So in 2025, then I was a sales manager for a company. So I had a lot of time to explore. So I was in Ibadan. So the sales, was really slow in Ibadan. Then I had, okay, now my spare time, let me learn something on radio. Yes. So I approached Faisal Oluwakemi that year, but it was my junior in secondary school, but he had always been on radio. Yeah. So I approached him, and then I told him that there is someone that I really need to see, and that is ORIYOMI HAMZAT.
Okay.
Because he was my senior in secondary school.
So I told Faisal that there is someone that I needed to see at that time, and that was ORIYOMI HAMZAT. So I called him. He told me that
ORIYOMI HAMZAT went to the same secondary school with you.
Yeah, though the secondary school, Oyo State School of Science, by day, it was just 3 years. That's the SS. So Faisal did not meet me in secondary school. I did not meet ORIYOMI in secondary school. But we had the platform, the alumni platform, that's the Muslim alumni platform, which ORIYOMI was the first president of the platform.
Okay.
So we were able to relate then.
Okay.
So then, I called Alhaji ORIYOMI that he said that I should come meet him at Peters. So I went to Peters to tell him what I intended doing. Yeah. And then he gave me some advice that he asked me some questions anyways, that which line did I really want to tell? Is it entertainment or blah, blah? I told him entertainment. And then he gave me, pieces of advice on how I can just go about it. I seek this blessing that year. So going back to Faisal. So Faisal introduced me to DJ Must Love in Star FM then. So it was DJ Must Love that introduced me to BYZ, Abimbola Olowu.
Oh, BYZ.
BYZ, yeah. So I told BYZ my intention that even though I have something that I'm doing, but I really want to learn, the basic techniques of broadcasting from her. And she welcomed me. Okay. Though she told me that I was going to pay some fee, yeah, to get trained. I told her that I was ready, and immediately, I guess it was 30,000 naira that year. So I gave her 20,000. Was it 20 or 15? I really can't recall it. Immediately, I was really so ready, and I asked her, when do I need to start? And she told me to come back the following day. So that year, I'll sit with her in the studio, observing her or how she presents.
What studio was that?
That Star FM studio. Okay. Yeah. That Star FM was the rave of the moment that year. Yeah, 2015 or thereabout. Then Radio Queen just left, so it was really BYZ. So I'll sit together with her in the studio, observe. Then, because there were so many people there, on how they broadcast, how they read news. So that was how I started. Now, to answer your question, my role model was Aladu of Africa, because I usually listen to him then in Radio Lagos. Okay. Yeah, I love his way, your model of presentation, the way he presents. It will mix English language with pidgin. Then those kind of things, they called mixing ways of presentation. I so much love it. So I listen to Aladu of Africa so well. That's in entertainment. And there is one other lady which I can't really recollect. Then she used to anchor Lean on Me. It's a relationship program in Eko FM. And there is Straight from the Heart in Oluyole. I know, not Oluyole, BCOS Mapo. Then, so those are these, programs, the radio programs that I used to listen to, that moved my own opinion on broadcasting. So I started with BYZ. So BYZ eventually became a family. Because see, one thing about people, most especially Nigerians, is that, Nigerians were said to be the most materialistic set of people on earth. So it is what you exhibit that will determine how Nigerians are going to relate with you. Are they going to respect you or disrespect you? BYC was never like that. There were a lot of people in Star FM, majorly ladies. So when I come like that, they just view me as a training, BYC training. So I'll go upstairs, sit with BYZ till he finished. The program is in the morning. So till he finished whatever section he has on the studio. So these people will look down on me because they felt that I'm a trainee. Not until in 2016 when I got my first car. So the day I drove my car to the station, that was when every one of them started respecting me, giving me that kind of respect that they should give human being.
Our only small stature.
So because at that point you didn't have a car.
Because they thought that I'm just a training. They did not know that I didn't have a life. but maybe I'm just starting my life.
So they are seeing you as a junior person. This person is just learning.
Exactly. So they wouldn't accord me the respect that they should give a human being. And honestly speaking, I didn't blame them, because that majority of Nigerians are like that. So it's until they feel like, okay, you're up to something, so that's when they start giving you that respect. Yeah. So I started with BYZ, and at a point in time, I appealed to BYZ to please start featuring me on our program. Yes. Then I guess we were coming from somewhere, maybe Nigerian Bureau, and he was having an event that year. So when we need to do a runs like that, we use her car, then we use my car to do all the. She became a family. Remember that I told you that I made a part payment, but she wouldn't collect the rest of the money with me again. Yes, we became so, up till now, BYC is still my mother in the industry. Why Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT is my father in the industry. Thank you.
We love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For this addition in the media industry.
Thanks a lot.
For how long have you been in the media industry? Like how long have you started broadcasting? Like in the moment you started speaking to the microphone.
That was 2016. Yeah. BYS gave me that platform. So she introduced me. I did not even know that I was going to get introduced to the mic. I guess she was talking about NPE that year, and she just said my opinion. I was sitting next to her. She just invited me. Bravo, they call me Bravo. Then Bravo. So what do you think? I was like, oh, I couldn't say anything. So she understood that, and then she kept talking. So then the following day, she told me, you are going live today. I said, okay, no problem. So then we had the proper discussion. So I guess I told you part of the discussion we had there before we started this program. So we had a proper discussion, and then she was like, okay. Then after the program, and I thought, how was it? Man, you killed it. And that was it.
Bravo. So after trading with
BYZ,
do you have any other proper media education? Because you studied computer science.
Yeah.
Now, most people see the media industry as talent over education. And if we are not forgetting, we should also understand that media itself has its rules, regulations, its ethics, and all. Do you have any other proper media education apart from you just training under BYZ?
Okay. See, I told you that I'm a science-oriented student. And my education, taught me it's practical. It has to be practical. Yeah. Education has to be practical. Okay. After my, along that line, don't forget that I was the Southwest sales manager for a company. So they catapulted me to Lagos because there was really not much in Ibadan. So I had to go and start in Ikeja office, Okpebi office. So then I couldn't feature very well on the radio. Sometimes I would drive from Lagos to Ibadan just to ensure that I'm in the studio with BYZ. So, but then I couldn't do much. But I had to be very patient. So I resigned from because the media was not paying me, but that company was paying me. So I thought okay, I accumulated a lot of money, so I needed to float my own company. So I resigned. And
from where you were doing sales?
Yes, I resigned because I felt like I had enough to have my company. So I had BRAVOLEE food then. But BRAVOLEE food couldn't fly because of Nigerian system. So I did not have anything again because all I had was invested on that company. So I had to go back to Lagos to go manage a hotel. So after
the same company, right?
No, a hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, to manage a hotel in Ikorodu. So then I left that place because I felt I needed daily income. So with the help of one of my friends, Yinka, I got a bus. Yeah, she gave me 500K that year, so I got a bus and I started doing downfall driving in Lagos.
Eh?
Yes.
So BRAVOLEE on radio used to be a downfall.
Yes,
I used to be a downfall driver.
I used to be a
Oh,
downfall
boy.
driver. Obalende
boy.
Falomo Aja. So I used to be a
I
downfall.
have thought that you used to be a downfall driver.
Yeah, I used to.
That's a very strict.
Camera rolling.
Okay, so then I got a bus. Then I was driving down from I used to stay at Abidjan GRA, but then I'll start from Lakwe, Aoyaya Lakwe, Aja, Obalende Falomo.
With your stature like this. With your stature.
I didn't have a car at that time. You know, my investment was on the company which couldn't fly. Yeah.
Damn.
Yes, then.
And with this your stature, you were driving a downfall.
Yes,
and
I
they
was.
were not cheating you in Lagos.
Yeah, that's what you don't judge a book by its cover.
So you used to be a tout like
no, you must still be a
every downfall they have this tout.
No, to survive in the streets, you have to be tough. But that really doesn't mean that you need to do some check and balancing. That's when the education comes to place. Yes.
Damn.
So
Graduate is now
actually, I wouldn't say that I was the only lettered person that drives downfall in Lagos. I wouldn't say that. But then a lot of my passengers will say that you don't look like them, you don't talk like them. Yes. But then I knew during my high tea, I was in Lagos in Festac. I used to have some Igbo friends then. So when they speak in Pidgin, I speak in English. They got irritated. Like, why? But simply because I wouldn't want the Pidgin to tamper with my English language then. So they got so irritated. But I wouldn't fit in. I love what I love. You get the point. It's either you talk to me, you speak with me in English language or my Yoruba language. Though I feel more comfortable speaking in Yoruba, I feel very more comfortable. But then, if you must talk, it's either a lingua franca or Yoruba language. So, in the streets, while driving down if you're not speaking in Yoruba, I speak in English. Yeah, with it. So a lot of them will say, "Are you not a Nigerian?" If there is this old man that asked me if I'm a Ghanaian, I said, "No, I'm from Ibadan." Right? You don't talk like them. You don't speak like them. We're all humans. So at a point, I realized that I was really losing it on the street. So when I'm speaking with people, I raise my voice. Yes. And then I realized that the street was really, really into me. So then I needed to think of what next to do. So I started planning, my exit plan because this last mile in Lagos, the Agbero in Lagos, they nearly turned me to a madman. There is no day that the last mile in Lagos will not arrest me for offense that I did not do. Because it's street. So it's more like the struggle for survival. The so-called last mile in Lagos, they are a quite majority of them are terrible humans because they actually want to frustrate you. They honestly want to frustrate you. And near looking at someone like me, you see, I have this cool face. So that's when they feel, okay, we don't see another Mugun, something like that. So there was this day that a last mile, they took me to their office. Some team of last mile guys, they took me to their office. So I was there with my boss. Then I sighted a lady, a last mile official. So I approached her. Not in Yoruba, but in proper English. Just to tell her my story. This has been my struggle on the streets. So, and I really need you to help me with a way out of this. as a matter of fact, she was on the seat. So I had to bend down. And then she said I shouldn't bend down, that I should stand up. I said, there's no way that you will sit down. I'll stand in front of you and be talking to you. And she now mentioned something like, even you can be my husband now. Why will I? Then I realized where she was coming from. Okay, I was like, okay, maybe I should come in through that. Do you really get what I'm saying? So if that is going to help me out, then she now told me that each time any last man tried to arrest me, I should start telling them that this is the last man boss. Then I should always call her.
Wow.
So that was my bailout that year. And another thing was the case of Agbero and then the co-driver on the street. There was this day in front of Lagos Business School, a guy hit my boss. And I was like, why would you do that? So the first thing was the first attack. Then we started fighting.
Wow.
We started fighting.
Physically,
I'm telling you. So we started fighting. And something just crossed my mind. I was the narco speaker in my school. That was really popular. So then I was like, what if some people were viewing me at that point?
Yeah.
Then I had to withdraw. Then I went back to my
the person
boss.
that hit your car, was he a downfall driver too?
It wasn't a downfall driver. A private car owner. But he's not really, he's from the other side of Nigeria. You know how these people behave sometimes. So they really want to dominate you. So that was it. So then people seeing the way that was, they couldn't even say this was the downfall driver. They thought I was the car driver and the other guy was the downfall driver.
They thought you were the car owner.
Yeah, the car owner, not downfall. The other guy was that because of my conduct.
I love that.
So then I just had to let peace reign and then drove off. So that day, I made a decision to go back to broadcasting, no matter what. So I spoke with some guys in the Lagos mainland. They own this media platform called OMI Media. So I met Ayongbenu there, and I met Mr. Additional Diosun Oga there. So Ayongbenu was in Faji FM, Faji Ray Power. Mr. Additional Diosun was in Lagos Traffic Radio and then Echo FM. So Additional Diosun gave me a jingle to relay. So he wanted to know how I sang. Then I was still in the island doing my downfall. I did the voice, and he was like, man, you're welcome. So, because he judged me based on my voice and stuff. Okay, he said, I'm welcome to the group. And that was how I got welcome to the group. So a few months after, so I dropped the downfall, I sold the downfall, and I relocated back to the mainland. And that was how the second phase started in there. So then I used to follow Ayongbenu to Faji, and then Mr. Additional Diosun to Traffic Radio. So as maybe an analyst in one of their programs. So it was Mr. Additional Diosun that advised me to go to the Nigeria Broadcast Academy, Ikeja, in which I did. So yeah. So I was in NPE. And in NPE, I was actually their governor general in NPE. So that was how I started. So I was doing pro bono with Additional Diosun, Lagos Traffic Radio, then Ayongbenu Faji, and sometimes Solution, the TV. So those are the. It wasn't really easy. Because I used to stay at Obakran in Ikeja. Obakran is towards Ogba. Then I would trek from Obakran to Radio Lagos. Then, just to ensure that, I feature on Mr. Additional's program. So I was in NPE. Then I did it was time for me to do my IT. Then I had to call Faisal again. So Faisal had been a
Always
very
been
integral.
there.
They're always been there. Each time I need to sort something
Very shout out.
in, in the broadcasting world, so I'll call Faisal. So it was Faisal that helped me with my IT in this radio station at Ologweru, Noble FM. So I was there. So at Noble, I met this Alaja. I know. I'm sorry. Names failed me sometimes. And I met this Alaja, this wonderful Alaja. So he taught me on news editing and stuff. So that was what I did basically in Noble. Yes. So, but I studied radio program production in MBA. Yeah. So then after MBA, Agidigbo was established. As soon as I finished MBA, a friend just called me, Kasim Omotosho, that Alhaji ORIYOMI has established a radio station. And
Is he a broadcaster?
He's not a broadcaster, but he observed my passion for broadcasting. Yes, so he called me. Alhaji ORIYOMI ti ní radio station o, Akekima, Wike Bawoni o. And my mom had always been telling me to relocate back to Ibadan. She had always been doing that come back to Ibadan. Whatever you are doing in Lagos, drop and come back. Ọlọ́run máa ṣe nǹkan tí wàá ṣe. Just come back to Ibadan. So then, Agidigbo, I told Alhaji that I wanted to be in the newsroom. But Alhaji is more like a prophet. So seeing you, he knows where you can excel. He said, no, that I'm not going to be in the newsroom, that I should go to marketing.
Really?
Yes. I was like, why will I do media marketing when I studied radio program production? Yeah. I said, no, that's where you're going to be. And I was in marketing. Then that was how I started.
Marketer or Agidigbo. Is there any other program that maybe you've done or you are doing at the moment?
Okay. So in marketing, I actually did not feel fulfilled because I knew why I dropped what I used to do. And but then I had to be very patient to see, okay, God had led me here. Let me see what God really want to do. Sometimes Alhaji will come to my office and say, Biola, what do you have? What kind of program can you do? I gave him the idea of something like a club where I need to go feature some activities in the club around the city and bringing club to the radio. And he told me we have a program similar to that, Clubhouse, Agidigbo Clubhouse. I said, really? He said, yes. So, okay. Because I was new in Ibadan. Okay. And then I thought of like 3 different programs that I could do. Then he told me one could fly, that I should go and meet the head of station then, that he should approve. But he couldn't approve. For the reason best known to him, he couldn't approve.
Was Yusuf the head of station at that time?
Yes.
Or was it the one who could not approve?
Yes, he couldn't approve. Then I had to be patient again.
So he couldn't approve even after the CEO had told you to go and meet him to approve?
To go and meet him. He said something that I need to do a demo. That I need to hear how I sound on radio. The program is, yeah. That was, but me, it's more like I've seen the handwriting on the wall. So there's sometimes sometimes when I greet him, he won't even answer. To the extent that I had to tell the head of my department, like, sometimes I'll greet this guy, he won't answer. What's the problem? I knew where I was coming from. I told the guy, like, I won't greet this guy again. But can I just tell you that I did not know what was really running through the guy's mind back then. You get, we eventually became friends, and at a point, eventually became my benefactor. Yes. Okay. So I guess Remix was anchoring a program Heart to Heart. So Remix and who again? I can't really recall it. And one other guy, Hola Hola. So Hola Hola was leaving. So that was when the head of English department then told me to go and do a demo for Heart to Heart, so that I can start co-anchoring with Remix. But that did not come from him anyways. It came from the head of program, because I was, okay, I didn't have any program in Agidigbo, but we have an online radio station, which is Ibarapa Radio. But I'll be doing my Love Paradise on Ibarapa. So I could do Love Paradise on Ibarapa. And I had a lot of people monitoring me on Ibarapa Radio. So when Hola Hola wasn't on the radio again, so it was on a program meeting. We call a program meeting that the head of program, Okoloyun, shout out to Okoloyun, suggested that I could anchor Heart to Heart. So then Okoloyun communicated the head of English department, which was So. So said I should go and do a demo for Heart to Heart. So I did a demo. Before giving him the demo, I sent that demo to a brother. He stays in Canada, Brother Bayo, to help me vet it. And he said, man, you killed it. This is really wonderful. Okay. Then I dropped the demo for the guy. So he said, okay. Then I had to go and observe for like 3 or 4 episodes before I can be on air. So Cologne says, why 3, 4 episodes I have to? That I should just jump on it. That it's not my first time, doing a radio program, because they've seen what I've been doing on. So he had no choice but to let me be on air. So on that particular day, then I started Heart to Heart. Yeah. So that was it.
Heart to Heart is sounding like a relationship, a love kind of program.
Yeah.
Soul is also in Agidigbo.
Yeah.
He handles a program that has to do with relationship and love. In fact, Soul is also an household name in Ibadan, if you are not mistaken. So anybody that wants to listen to relationship programs, love programs, right from time, I am also one of Soul's fan. Even right from ORIYOMI FM, we listen. We'll make sure to listen. So he has always been there when it comes to relationship and love program. Does he not see you coming on board for Heart to Heart as a competition for his own program on the same radio station?
Yeah, Heart to Heart isn't really been anchored by one presenter. It's 2 presenters. So, and I was to co-present the program. And you cannot really compare a relationship program like Heart to Heart to Soul program then, which was, I guess, Confession Time then. Because Heart to Heart, should I say, is refined. Conversion Time is more of it's really open.
It's not a well-defined program. It's open to different kind of
listeners.
Yes. Aside from that, it's a blend of
streets,
a blend of, so it's not really speaking heart to heart to lovers. It's more of like having conversations with people and having people to call in to. It's more like testing the loyalty of your partner. It's not like heart to heart, because the way I envisioned or I pictured the heart to heart that you're talking about is more like giving relationship counsel, giving marital advice and counsels to people who are in love or people are in relationship. But Soul's kind of program, Confession Time, is not giving counsel, is not advising. It's not something that has to do with, okay, when you're experiencing this in your relationship, or this is what your partner is going through, or anything. It's more like we will test the loyalty of your partner. Calling, let us call your partner.
Actually, heart to heart. Okay, I am trying to take a clue from what you said.
Okay.
Heart to heart is more like solidifying relationship.
Yeah.
Why you
Because we
can't
have
really
some- we
say
have something similar
confession
to
time
that
is like
in-
that.
We used to have something similar to that in Fresh FM, that was anchored by Doyin Alade Downsy.
Doyin is a good friend. Doyin is I met Doyin through BYZ. I met Rolake Bello through the BYZ, and these beautiful, wonderful ladies became his sister.
Oh.
Yeah, because there was a time that we had to. I drove Doyin, Rolake, BYZ, and the Blessing. Remember Blessing? Yeah, Blessing to Eri Jesha.
Wow.
Yes, to celebrate Doyin's birthday. that was a fantastic moment. So going back to our discussion, the soap, yeah. So then, though my brother said something, the man I sent my demo to said something, right? This guy in your station was referring to soap. Amen. Is he not going to see you as a threat? He mentioned that. But I just said, that's my Oga. You know how long he's been in the industry? I mean, that is just starting up. Lie. He won't even do that. He can never do that. So that was what he said. So I was co-anchoring Heart to Heart. Then Remix had to leave. Then I started co-anchoring with Wura. Fantastic presenter. Wura. Then, at a point, I heard, said that I was not comfortable with my English, that they need to take me off the program. You know, being the head of English department. That I wasn't
comfortable with your
with my pronunciation. Yes. So, but though that
you've been doing this thing before Remix had to leave.
Yes.
You've been doing that, and he didn't say anything about it. He did a demo which you sent to him. Exactly. He didn't complain about the demo.
Exactly.
But now on the job,
yeah.
So that was when you had issues with your
the way I pronounce words. And then when we do this criticism, when he wants to criticize me, or criticize me openly. Even when I met him on the staircase or by the way, ask him, Oga, don't worry, we talk about it. So if he wants to criticize, he criticizes in front of the IT
so there's never been a time he called you to a private meeting.
No. He criticized openly. Yeah, that's what he does. Even to some other co-presenters, if he wants to, there was a time that I had, he told someone, a presenter, a staff, to stand up in a meeting and recite national anthem in front of the IT students and the core members, the volunteers. So then they took me, because the recommendation came from him, they took me off the program. Yes, then I stopped anchoring Heart to Heart. And then...
So the program became a single person?
No, they had to introduce another one from the department. You know, I wasn't from the department. Me, out from the marketing. So he said a lot of things that, even though at the meeting, as reported to me, that even though I'm technical, even though he likes the way I handle things, because we get calls from all over the world, from Miami, from the UK, we get calls from all over on that program. We get calls that, but then my pronunciation was that it doesn't like. But my own training, even though my pronunciation is that worst, is the training I had in NPE, that radio is local. That if they are pronouncing Mikra in Ibadan, you don't pronounce it the other way around, so that the people that are listening to you will understand what you're talking about. If they're pronouncing Naomi in Ibadan, pronounce it Naomi. Don't pronounce it Naomi, so that the people will know that this is what you're talking about. If they're pronouncing hostel in Ibadan, pronounce it hostel. don't pronounce it hostel, so that these people will understand this. So if you want me to sound like a white, that may actually not be possible.
But there is a belief that presenters are teachers too. That
Yeah.
even if the community that you are presenting around are pronouncing a word in a particular way, doesn't mean that you should
Which is not right.
That's
So
not right.
Okay.
You can use your own platform to educate them that, okay, this is the way it's been pronounced.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's look at it like this. In United States of America, route is route. But when you get to England, you can't pronounce route. It's wrong. Do you really get the point now? English, the UK people, they own the English. The way they do direct presentation in the official settings, it's quite different from the way they present in the streets of London. I had they speak cocky or something. Do you really get the point now? So I made one example of when I was in Festac, that people got so irritated when I speak in English. Like, why can't you speak Pidgin? You get the point. So when you say that you are educating people on how to pronounce words, I don't see it that way. I think you are adulterating them, not educating them. Education is an act of passing information to people, enlighten people. Do you get my point now? So there is this quote I read somewhere that once they take away your language from you completely, they've taken away your life. So we Ibadan people, we have identities. The identity is we say things the way it is. We're so blunt. We say it the way, and we're we're not unapologetic with the way we sound. We sound the way we sound. If you like it, stay with us. If you don't, you get the point now. I listened to one of your sessions when you said that you came to Ibadan to serve.
Yes, I was a core member in Ibadan.
I must tell you that check people, the who is who in the country. Virtually every one of them passed through Ibadan.
Yeah.
So Ibadan, you have to be real. I guess I answered your question on that. So you just say it the way they say it. Respect the locals. So you can't be among the Fulani people when they invite you to dine with them and you refuse, they believe you are their enemies. But when they invite you and you sit with them, you're part of us. That is an act of respect to the people.
So do you think that do you think he was trying to correct you at that time, or was he seeing you as a threat? That was why you would think he would criticize you openly. Was he seeing you as a threat? Or do you think he was trying to
I wouldn't say he was seeing me as a threat. I wouldn't say that. But I just think that he is a product of what he was made to pass through, where he was coming from. I'll say this. I met Mr. or Barrister Topo Edward through BYZ. And we had at one hotel in somewhere in Okeado, Academic Hotel, because by Dr. Abibola, Dr. Abib usually organized this summit. So we were there. So I met him through BYZ. And we got talking. And I was like, we just got talking about the station and stuff, the presenters. Then I mentioned Soul. I heard Soul was with you. Then we had a brief discussion. So getting back to the office. So I told Soul that Barrister Topo Edward sent his regard. He was like, me? Topo Edward sent his regard? I was like, yes. I was like, Topo Edward would never do that. And I said, why? And he said where he was coming from, that he will criticize them openly. Do you really criticize him openly, and the rest of the presenters that will criticize openly, that instead of him, that those criticisms were not, he didn't find it constructive enough. Do you really get the point now?
So was he trying to say he left that place because of those criticisms?
No.
Like,
No, it was just
Okay, so because of
where
that,
it
he
was
was
coming
now
from.
replicating the same thing.
I know it's what that was just my judgment. You know, when you raise a child, beating a child, always you are, you know, inculcating an act of violence into a child.
Yeah.
That was, I could be wrong, but that is actually what I think. There is no way little me will be a threat to him. No way. No way. Even when someone said that can probably be, I shut that down immediately. That there is no way. Me, I'm just coming up.
So your work experience with So when he was there, how would you rate your working experience with him? Were you up until the moment he left Agidigbo? How was your working experience? How were you able to tolerate each other? Did you eventually become friends with him, or you were just like that up until the moment he left?
Even when he was doing that, someone told me that he told him that he doesn't like me.
You see, that probably could be a threat.
That person told me. But one thing about me is this: even though you're hostile to me, I'll still be very nice to you, because that was how I was being raised. You get the point now. So I don't pay you back with your home medicine, because if I should, that makes us bad. You get the point now. So now even now, I'm a very jovial person. If in my place of work, I laugh with everyone, and there is no way I can survive where there is no love. I'm a Virgo. I just love. You get? So anywhere I am, I want people to be happy. I always want the atmosphere to be very lively. So with Soul, no bad blood. I can only say what he did. But then that moment, one of my friends that just came from Australia just invited me to let us travel to Ivory Coast together. We did a road trip from Nigeria to Ivory Coast. That moment, because there was nothing tying me down at that point. So I did my marketing, then I just did my road trip, and I'm a man of adventure. Excuse me. That's one of those things that I love so much.
So during those times, you don't have anything against Soul,
and I bet he doesn't have anything against me.
You heard from someone when he said, or Soul said that he doesn't like you.
That was a rumor.
You didn't hear it from him.
From him, yeah.
But you heard from someone.
I heard from
Soul
someone.
Said he doesn't like you.
Yeah, and I told that person that I don't really think I did something
his actions towards you that time, actually, were those actions actually implying that he doesn't actually like you? Were his actions those times also implying that he doesn't like you?
I thought he wanted the best for the station.
So even if it
and
meant not liking
I was not the best for him. Yeah. More so. That's actually what I think.
Do you think you were not the best for the station?
I think I'm the best.
So,
even my co-anchor said that okay, there was this time that I was asked to go and do hyping on radio. So I just jumped on it and I fumbled. And someone was criticizing me. And my co-anchor then said, even when they were criticizing me, my co-anchor said her husband told her that I am actually the best co-anchor that she ever had. Oh. Yes. But because I've not really been doing this, I stopped doing this, and then I needed to jump on something. So then I fumbled.
Okay, so probably what happened at that point was...
And I knew I fumbled. So I did not need someone to tell me that, no, you didn't do
okay,
good.
So in those moments when Soul was like that, did you approach him personally and ask him what was going on? Why was he, giving you cold shoulders?
See, I can't play football when I am not being loved. So it's of no point, trying to persuade someone to like you when you know that person actually have something against you, to me, it really doesn't really make any sense. So I'm not there to impress anyone. I'm just there to do my job.
Your work.
Yeah.
So away from so and all of that, OYO. So now,
trying to market our allergy too for young people.
OYO. Now, my question about that. Yeah, we've seen the signboard and we've also seen him. So only clip control circulates around the social media some times ago when Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT was aggressively, don't let me use the word aggressively, but a lot of people were actually saying he was aggressive about the way he spoke on that program. So he was on a program and a caller called him and there was something those callers were saying that was against him. He doesn't like it. And he said something like, imagine Bino, Bino mo le binu jade. Like he said something like, I want my binu jade for election. So and then he's been up and active with all of this OYO, and it has even actually become a slogan in Ibadan, OYO. Now you as a member of staff at Agidigbo, and you work with him and you've closely related with him aside from work, and you also see him as a mentor. Now Alhaji sọ pé OYO ń pe àwọn. Looking at the situation of Oyo State and looking at Alhaji that you know, ṣé ẹ̀yin nígbàgbọ́ pé Oyo ń pe Alhaji? Because some group of people are actually thinking that Oyo ń kan Alhaji ni o.
What the caller said in that clip was, àwọn tálíkà tí Alhaji ló bá wọn jà fún, they may not even come out to vote for Alhaji over the Oyo election. How is Alhaji so sure that even if táwọn bá gbé gbá ìbò lọ́yọ̀ọ́ àwọn á wọlé? But Alhaji said, àwọn gbé táwọn bá láwọn ṣetán láti gbé gbá lọ́yọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀.
Ẹ má jẹ́ bínú.
Okay.
Do you think?
We don't know Alhaji to be a politician.
Yes.
He's an activist. He's a lover of people.
And he's a journalist.
Yes, and he loves fighting for the poor. He just wants to see the poor happy and all. And when we look at being a politician also, I think one of the main objectives of being a politician is also to come on board and wipe the tears of the poor. Now, Alhaji has been there. He's there. He's still doing it. And I know he will still do more, even for people of Oyo State, even without being a governor. Now, do you think if Alhaji becomes the governor of Oyo State,
do you even think it's the right move for Alhaji to say he wants to contest for
Okay, governor? Let me say this. I really want to correct some things. See, Oyo pe Alhaji ni o. Kò ń ṣe pé Alhaji ni Oyo ń pe àwọn. Me, I'm a very straightforward person.
With Oyo pe Alhaji.
Kò ń ṣe pé Alhaji ni pé Oyo ń pe àwọn.
Okay. How
this started from some people in the University of Ibadan.
Okay.
Àwọn yẹn gangan ni wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ Oyo ń pe movement o. Some lecturers in the University of
Ibadan. Sorry to cut you short. Are you saying Alhaji does not know anything about all these billboards we've been seeing?
No, I'll answer you honestly. But let me just start from the scratch based on my own knowledge. Before then, in-house, in the station, tá bá sọ fún Alhaji pé ẹ lọ sí politics, wọ́n lè gbé ẹni yẹn pé get out me into politics because they know how politicians behave. He's a very straightforward person. But to be a politician, you know what it takes. A career politician. You get the point now. You will outrightly decline that it's not going anywhere. Or rather support who he thinks can do better for the masses. Alhaji ò sọ pé Ọ̀yọ́ ń pe àwọn o. Ọ̀yọ́ ló pè wọ́n. And these people gathered to come and meet him in his office, that they prefer someone that knows what's up in the grassroots. Not these foreigners that will just come, that you know nothing, absolutely nothing about them. It is the media that mold the opinions of people toward in their directions. They will tell them they have this so figure in their accounts. that they've been doing this, they've been doing that. But would you say that they were really raised in Ibadan or in Oyo State? No, nobody knows them. But the politicians, they have their ways. But once they figured, okay, someone has a lot of money, so they know how they can, integrate that person into the heart of the people, more like he is part of you. These are people that you really don't know. Is it that they come from this place, or they just someone coming from abroad to say he wants to be the governor? But this set of people feel like this is Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT. He has lived all his life in Oyo State, and all his businesses are here. And then this is people that you've always seen among the people. You see, when he's going somewhere and people drag him, he tends to drag towards people. You dare not chase people away from him. Even before this or young people, that has been... This is someone that when I wanted to start this journey of broadcasting, I called him. He had to drop what he was doing to attend to me. That this is what you'll be doing. This is someone that if he has, let's say, 10 million naira from me, that I know how he spent his money. He will always tell people, drop the money into his account. We want your account. If it's always in his account. So, Biola, sit down there. Any need to school, transfer you buy. I'm saying this for fact. This is someone that I know that instead of him driving big cars around, he lived a moderate life just to ensure that he's able to help the poor. This is someone you just said that has been fighting for the poor, for the oppressed. This is someone that takes from his own personal resources to help people.
I don't think he's, to be fair with you, or to be fair to what you're saying, I don't think Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT is actually the only person doing that in Oyo State who has not. There are different kind of people. There are different people in Oyo State that are blessed with money and finances that have also been fighting and helping the poor. Like for instance, Yinka Ifele has also been helping the poor, and I don't think he has ever said, "Oh, Ekiti to contest for election." I think fighting for the poor is not a responsibility of someone, a particular figure or a person, to say, I am fighting for the poor. So because of these things, I am doing this.
Like I said, it is this poor that said Oyongpe. This so Dr. Yinka Ifele that you mentioned, you're talking about now. If I guess it's from Ekiti,
yes,
Ekiti can as well call him. And then you are trying to compare two different personalities.
No, I'm just trying to let you understand that, okay, yeah, we understand the fact that Alhaji ORIYOMI has always been, speaking out for the poor, always been speaking out for the oppressed and all of those things. We know that, everybody know that Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT is popular beyond Ibadan, beyond Oyo State. Alhaji ORIYOMI is popular in Lagos, popular in Ilorin, popular all over southwestern part of Nigeria. But this is what I'm trying to say. I am not saying Oyo is not calling Alhaji.
Okay.
I'm only saying that it is not a yardstick. Helping the poor, doing all of these things, it is not a yardstick for political ambition.
He didn't see this as... I was at an event yesterday, and then someone, a musician telling him that Oyongpe. He told me to go and stop that man from saying that. And it was the people that stopped me from telling the musician from saying it. He didn't say that he wants to contest. It is the people that said, no, it is your kind of person that we want at the realms of affairs.
Yeah. People could actually do that. Citizens do that.
And then,
sometimes.
It's rare. You hardly see people, movements of people, into calling people a particular person to come lead. What we've been seeing over the years is like people saying that they can do this. Sorry, I'm a Muslim. I'm going to say this. Prophet Muhammad said something that the best of leaders, they are the ones that it is the people that call them to lead, not those ones that lord themselves on the people.
So to wrap this up, you feel allergy is? Do you think personally, your own opinion, because this is facts and opinions? So, do you think, in your opinion, that allergy, ORIYOMI HAMZAT, would actually, if eventually decides to contest as the governor of Oyo State, do you think Alhaji ORIYOMI has the charisma to deliver as a governor over this, the biggest city in this in West Africa?
Alhaji ORIYOMI is
because politics is a different ball game.
It's not. We made it a different ball game because we left it to the evils, the vultures.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now
politics should be a place where the good people in the society dwell. And if we don't change it now, if we don't get it right now, we may not get it right again.
So you think Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT
he is educated. He has his first degree in UI. He has the second degree in UI. He's been doing wonderfully well for people. He has done well for me. He picked a radio station from the scratch, and he made it to be the most listened to radio station in the Southwest. Today, according to NPS, they said this is the fastest growing radio station in sub-Saharan Africa.
Don't actually believe NPS reports. A lot of them say NPS is biased, and they only.
Why will NPS be biased towards him? Why? Does it mean that he has a lot of money to buy NPS to his side? Or does it mean that he's the richest radio owner to buy NPS to his side? So when NPS is favoring some people, NPS is good. But when they stop favoring some people, they are biased. Come on.
Okay, because let me also come from this angle back to politics and voting process. Most of the people that go out to vote, always heartbreaking that even most of the learned are always at home during election time. They don't come out to vote as well. Now, the masses are ready to vote. Most of them do not even have the proper election education to come vote. Are you saying that if Alhaji eventually agrees to OYOMI ọkọ yìí, wọ́n gbé gbá ìbò lóòótọ́, wọ́n fẹ́ dìbò, there has been issues of edibo in our election system. Do you think this poor, these masses that Alhaji is always standing up for, he can give his all for the masses? Do you think if somebody else is come before or during election and tries to buy these people, are you sure they won't be viable?
Let me tell you what Adolf Hitler said. He said, if you want to tell lies, stay away from performing their civic responsibilities. Because they know that if these people really stand up to their rights, they are seriously in soap. They are not up to us. They are just 2%. You know, leading, you know, doing this mess to us. So I believe that these people that called him, they are so ready to stand by him. I so much believe.
Okay, so my observation now, I respect Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT a lot. I respect him. I see a lot of comments about him, sometimes negative comments about him. I understand that sometimes when you do something right, sometimes you don't have so many fans. You have people who are always coming against you and trying to, you know, destroy your reputation and whatever you are building. Then, so we've had so many other instances or so many things outside your station that they said, Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT is a very some people say he's a violent person. He's quick to anger, and the way he speaks to people, the way he talks to people. Now we don't have relationship with him, so all of these things that people say, they say it because they see him from afar, because of hearsay. There was a time, there was even a rumor flying in the streets that Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT has issues with and it led to, you know, physical Alhaji
another
slapped,
staff,
and another staff, and
like Baba Omi, Abi? Yeah, Baba Omi, yes.
yeah. So
That-
and then the yanking on air of what's the name of this man? This man that is now the GM of EVFM.
Baba Omi.
Is it Baba? The yanking of on air. So all of these things were things that people added together and conclude that Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT is this kind of person. Now you work with him, you are his staff, you know him very well. Now these are the opinions of people. What is the fact about Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT? The yanking, the issues with stars and all of that.
Ẹni tó bá máa ba orin jẹ́ fólórin kò ní kọ orin bólórin ṣe kọ. Yeah. And then if people really want to discredit you, they look for something, a very big, terrible lies against you. Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT had never raised his hand on any of the member of staff. Someone just, that was a lie from the pit of hell. That he raised his hand on.
Something was trending recently. Something was trending recently about, I think it was Afoda. I believe you know Afoda. A lot of people were saying, he personally, I think I saw a video where, I don't know, I think I saw a video where he personally said, Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT was cursing him or something.
That's a lie. We met our friends. It was Alhaji that sent me personally to Afonda to send his regards to him. Even after all those, I swear to God.
Agidigbo withdraw from Primus Media. They withdraw from supporting Primus Media.
What's your definition of support?
So he said, don't let me quote him. No. Don't let me quote him because he didn't tell me.
Did he come for support and they rejected him?
But
see, let me tell you this. Something very Alhaji ORIYOMI wọ́n ní ẹ̀mí ìdáríjì gan. Èmi personally, I've stepped on his toes before. Remember, I told you we were on the same platform. I swear to God, I stepped on his toes. And this is just me working for him now. This is just me. Tó jẹ́ pé there was a time tí mo lọ bẹ̀ wọ́n náà pé tí mo ṣe yẹn kó má bí wọn. Biola, forget. That's a bygone. And then I've seen him exhibited that to a lot of people like that. See, I know one of the staff tó jẹ́ pé ó sọ trash nípa wọn. And that thing amounts to blackmail. You know what people, when you have a lot of people working under you, you know they tend to misjudge or say a lot of nonsense about you. Yeah. And he knew. Can I tell you something? He did something wonderful for that person. That I swear to God, it's something I know. He bought a car for that person, and he even sent that person abroad.
Wow.
This same person.
Despite knowing the fact that
this person did this to me, because the plan was actually on the way to do that for the person. Knowing those things, he's supposed to call them up, but no, he did not. And that person is still working with him till today.
So you think people were just painting Alhaji in the wrong?
These are people. See, he has a tremendous growth among his colleagues. Don't forget the place of envy sometimes.
Yeah, that's cool.
So this is a man, and I am telling you, this is a man that has a heart of gold. That things that he did, there was something I said to him, that what you're doing is not ordinary. I told him it's not ordinary. An ordinary person cannot just do that. There is this social media personality that said a lot of trash about him. The guy came to apologize. He still embraced him and did a lot of things. He helped the guy fix his life back. And there are a lot of people like that. A real lot of people like that. To me, if that person is not in the realms of affairs, remember what I said, to help people. Now imagine that person seeing to the resources of the masses. How well do you think that person is going to use it?
That's a beautiful line.
You made some valid points and very convincing points. Then, Now, coming back to Oyongpe,
Don't call it a young peer. You are adulterating it. You are
Oyongpe,
yeah, yes,
that's
Oyongpe,
Ibadan.
yeah.
Okay, so coming back to Oyongpe, so a lot of people, there are a lot of opinions on the streets that Oyongpe is actually born out of what happened with the Stampede, the Alhaji and this ex-queen of Oni of Ife. Is it Queen Naomi? Yeah. I think people said it was born out of people's reaction to that. Before that, there was a time, there was a year Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT, I think in the news, was invited by the DSS and was moved to Abuja. And when he was coming back,
That was
people had
not
to-
DSS. That was
Okay.
police. Yeah.
police. Okay,
Yeah.
it was moved to Abuja,
Yeah.
and people had to go and welcome him. So the reaction of people towards Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT at that time, then with what happened with the stampede with the ex-queen of Oni of Ife, and the way people were actually speaking out for him, people were actually, appealing to the government to. A lot of people were even faulting the government.
Peaceful protest.
Yes, people even came out to protest
Mhm.
for his release and all of that. So people suggested that all of these things, all of this reaction, the way people are always coming out for Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT, has been like that right from the days of the ex-governor of Oyo State,
Ajimobi.
his soul rest in peace, Alhaji Ajimobi.
Ajimobi.
Yeah, so it has always been like that. Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT is people's person, somebody that people love a lot, and I think with all of these evidences, with all of these things that has happened around his life, the invitation by the police in Abuja, and the way people came to welcome him at the airport, then also the stampede that happened recently, and the way people were coming out to protest for his release and all of that, people are suggesting that all of these were things that gave birth to the term Oyongpe, because he has also seen that people actually genuinely love him and would love him to lead them. So now, could it be true that all of these things that has happened, all of these scenarios, all of these situations were actually the things that gave birth to Oyongpe, or it was actually people saying they want Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT as governor of Oyo State? Because when you say a group of professors, a group of lecturers, or a group of people,
They started your young peer.
yeah, a group of
Yeah.
people came to meet
Yeah.
him in his office
Yeah.
and told him, if you term it by what some group, because Oyo is a very big city, so you cannot judge the intention of this whole state by some group of people. You understand? So
Yeah.
now, for you to conclude that Oyo is actually calling Alhaji, you must have done your research and you conclude that, okay, 70, at least 60% of the people of Oyo State are actually ready for Alhaji. How do you think, was it actually those period when things were actually happening and people were coming out for him that actually gave birth to Oyongpe, or it is you have done your research, Alhaji has seen it too, that people actually want him?
See, I'm not a spokesperson for a young girl. I can only speak based on what I observe. And you actually made my response very easy. But according to your analysis, you mentioned a situation whereby people had to protest because of being injustice being perpetrated to him and then stuffs like that. I listened to Very Dark Man. Yeah, I guess before I stepped into the studio, he was comparing crowd. That you don't compare the crowd that came out to enjoy to the crowd that came out to protest. People who protest for injustice being perpetrated towards you, they are the real people. They are the set of people that can die for you. Do you really, you know what that means? It means movement. You get it? Though, with the best of my knowledge, some prof from the UI, they came out with the idea of a young girl, and then people just join it. And these are the real people that are so very ready to stand by him, come raining, come dry. Because if I am not working for him, I guess I am sensible enough to see when a man stand out.
You think Alhaji ORIYOMI HAMZAT is most, in your own words, in your own opinion, you think he's qualified to lead Oyo State?
In every sense of it. it's the most qualified. Because this is someone that we all know. So if you are bringing another person now, it has to be someone that you are just introducing to us.
Politics is not easy. You understand that?
But human made it uneasy.
There was a statistics that was out some few months ago that if you want to campaign as a senator in Nigeria, you spend some amount of billions. If you want to campaign as a president, you spend this billions.
You know why that is?
Ready to spend that billion.
You know why that is? Because you have to come with that billion. Because people don't know you before. It is that money that you are using to introduce yourself to the people.
Okay.
But when a man needs no introduction, when you are telling me that someone has so many billions in his account, is he going to spend those billions on Oyo State? No. Wọ́n ní that lówó ìyá ẹ̀ lóògùn fún àǹfààní òun àtàwọn aráalé wọn ni now. It's not for my own benefit. Onípẹ́nìkan ní 100 billion l'account. Is it for my benefit? But wọ́n ti bamboozle wa with this thing idea of, because they monetized everything, then they monetized our sense of reasoning as well. But that has to change. So Alhaji Oriyomi needs no billions in the account, because the little he's been spending, he has spent more than the billions, any billions that you want to talk about. He needs no introduction. We know what he's been doing. We know what he's capable of doing. So he needs no introduction. So these billions that people are coming voluntarily to say that we are for you. But if you need this billion, you need billion to buy people's conscience. He needs no billion to buy people's conscience.
To me, you still have not answered my question.
Does
he have the charisma?
What is your definition of charisma? Is it the billions we're still talking about? What is your definition of charisma?
So politics is not actually for the faint-hearted. Politics is, you see, we see what is going on. We see what is going on with politics at the moment. The people, you always have the activists coming out to protest against you. You always have the opposition, pointing out all your errors. And can he manage
among all the leaders that we've ever had in Ibadan or in Nigeria? When you said faint-hearted, how many of them can you figure has been strong-willed as Alhaji Oriyomi? How many of them has faced a lot of even condemnation, even harassment from the government? How many of them? They just came out of the moon to say, then we can do this for you. But you've seen what this man has been doing over the years. See, if, like I said, if I am not one of his member of staff, if I'm an ordinary person, and I figured someone like that is coming out, I am still going to be speaking like this.
You're still going to vote for him?
I am still, not only vote. There was a time that I was going to Igomu or thereabout from Computer Village at the eve of 2015 general election. I've never dabbled into politics. I stood up in a long bus, and I started campaigning for Muhammadu Buhari. You know why? Because of his antecedent then. You know now, he was the GOC of a barracks. And he had to go and meet some invaders from Mali. He had to inculcate the Nigerian fear in them and then stop them from invading. I knew what he did as the Minister for Petroleum. I knew what he did as the head of state, how he was trying to organize. So I stood up in this long bus. I was to the extent that campaigning for Buhari, and some people were asking me questions from left and right. Then I answered them. One old man just asked me, "Boy, how old are you?" I said, "I'm old enough to differentiate between the lies and the truth."
Okay, that's all my questions. But just without not asking this, I will feel not fulfilled. Okay. But not ask this.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me your 3 top radio stations in Ibadan. Your 3 top, without mentioning Agidigbo.
Without mentioning Agidigbo. You know Agidigbo is okay.
I know what.
Agidigbo is still number 1. Very much number 1.
I don't know.
You should know.
I think people were saying,
but I won't mention
people say Fresh
Agidigbo.
FM is number one.
Who are the people?
People say it on the streets. People say they love Fresh FM. They listen to Fresh FM.
See, there was a time that I needed to market for Agidigbo to tell someone, even when Agidigbo was number 3, according to NPS. So that I met one guy, I guess from Fresh FM, at Honorable 100 from Lagos apartment. So he didn't listen to terrestrial radio. So I asked him. The guy said people listen to Fresh FM more. And I said they listened to Agidigbo, my station more. And then we had to perform a litmus test. I said, okay, it was past 12 that year. And I said, okay, please, both stations, they stream live. Please go to your Facebook, go and view the number of live viewers on the particular, nobody knew that argument was going to run. And we both experiment. And the man said, look, I'm doing Agidigbo because that's the figure. Yes.
When you went for marketing?
Yes.
Oh, so you won the business or
Yeah,
the deal over Fresh FM?
based on the...
You won the deal over Fresh FM?
Based on the data.
You won the deal over Fresh FM?
Based on the data. Based on the data.
You beat Fresh FM?
Based on the data. And there is another one that just came in about the...
don't mention Fresh FM. Is that the Fresh FM?
No, I'm you know, you ask me questions about Agidigbo. I'm telling you the stations. The stations.
Yes.
Then there is another one that just came up, the Radio Garden.
Okay.
Yeah, and Agidigbo was on number 1.
On Radio Garden.
Garden, yeah, Radio Garden. It's the data.
So let's know your top 3 radio stations.
So my 3
Top 3 radio stations apart from Agidigbo FM.
Apart from Agidigbo FM, I'll pick Fresh.
Okay.
I'll pick Lagelu.
Okay.
And I'll pick Amuru.
Amuru.
Yes. And you know why? Because radio is local.
Radio is local. And you have to be local to win the hearts of the locals.
Yes.
Thank you so much, BRAVOLEE, for coming on board. I must sincerely say that I enjoyed this episode, especially from this last part. I enjoyed it. I love it when Victor engaged our male guests, especially when it comes to politics. Yes, because I know he's well grounded about that. If you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Victor Rabat Podcast. Go and like, follow, and share our videos on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on X, on TikTok, and on X. Yes, go and follow us. We will definitely follow you back. Thank you so much. A very big shout out to Darren Scott, right?
Yeah, Darren Scott.
Darren Scott. Thank you so much for having us again. Thank you so much, Imo Studios. Yes, it's been the one managing the cameras, going up and down, making sure that everything is in order. Till we meet again on the next episode, I still remain your favorite podcaster, your radio girl, Arabian Rama Kajola Olanre Wachu. And our gentleman.
I am still Oluwa Victor, and I'll see you again on the next episode.
Peace out.